Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I'd like to read on Christine Blasey Ford, Dr. Ford. She is the one, of course, who has accused Kavanaugh of sexually assaulting her as a teenager when I think he was 17, she was 15, at a party. And he's vehemently denied it. And she has requested an FBI investigation before she testifies in front of the Senate committee and has been denied that. You know, they've just said, well, you can testify on Monday, just, with no promises given about how fairly you may be treated, or testify not at all. So this is really shocking to a lot of people, I think, that she would be treated this way. Just, haven't we come further than Anita Hill's treatment in 1991? Apparently not. Apparently not. And, we know that Anita Hill was asked very humiliating, embarrassing questions. In fact, she was saying she was embarrassed and humiliated by the sexual harassment she received from Clarence Thomas, and she was asked to detail that again and again and again publicly, with no concern whatsoever. Oh my, did you just see that? Ooh, one of my candles kind of burst. Ooh, well, what's that all about? I'm assuming it's some sort of energy. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody may not be very happy about Anita Hill's treatment, because that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see about Christine Blasey Ford. Let's see how she's doing. Let's see what's going on. Let's see her character profile. Okay, she's temperate. Okay, so that's what she's getting right now. Very balanced, very patient, very deliberate. And I see that. She's consulting with her attorney. She is being very mindful about how she does this. So she would also be a pretty wise person. In her outward characteristic, we have the star, hope. She maybe carries some hope with her. She feels hopeful. She is somewhat of a star right now, whether she wants to be or not. And there's that two jugs again, those two waters, but they're being poured out. Here they're being balanced. There they're being poured out. So she's just seen as somebody who has sort of poured out her emotion, I think. Yeah, as part of her recovery. Of course, she's gone to therapy about this. King of Wands is the inward characteristic. Oh boy. This is not a woman to be messed with, though, either. Simply because she does seem to be wise and deliberate and temperate, but also she has strength to get some things done. Once she puts her mind to something with that King of Wands, she does it. She gets it done. I don't know. She might go ahead and testify on Monday and say, well, whatever. I'm still talking. We'll ask that at the end of the reading. Her goal is 6 of Pentacles. Okay, and I think she wants to be giving, you guys. I think she wants to, she's thinking about those who are more vulnerable, those who have been abused, of those who've been assaulted, those who don't have a voice. She's thinking of them. She's thinking, maybe I need to do this to balance the scales of justice here, bring some justice for them. She's thinking of them. All right, her motivation is heartbreak. She thinks about how much this has affected her with this 3 of Swords, how much it's affected her. And that compels her to think she should do what she can for other victims, other survivors. Wow, it's pretty clear cut here. This is a strong person. The Devil is at risk. That's what's at risk. Well, I think that means that this has been very obsessive for her. But I think more than that, The devil's in the at-risk position because, you know, there are powerful men who have a lot of power and don't want to give up any of it, who are against her, right? I mean, they won't even do an investigation. The Republicans so badly want Kavanaugh in. They don't want to put it in jeopardy that they won't get a conservative Republican justice on the Supreme Court. So they're willing to do anything, any kind of unfair anything. So that is still that greed and avarice, you guys. Greed and avarice for power, greed and avarice for money. I hate to say it, but money, you know? Because, I don't know. Kavanaugh, you know, I know the Supreme Court is supposed to go by the constitutions, but they change their interpretation of the Constitution all the time. And, you know, we have decisions lately in favor of big business like Citizens United, and we have decisions that are against workers, like the recent decision the Supreme Court made about unions. They, you know, people couldn't be required to pay union dues. So we see a pattern, I guess is what I'm saying. We have the Four of Swords there in the flaw or the need. Okay, she also, okay. This is hard for her emotionally. She's in retreat right now. She needs to be in retreat, perhaps. The source of that, we have the Magician. Manipulation, perhaps. Yeah, there are powerful people against her. She's afraid for her safety. She's not living at her home right now. She's worried about her family, and they're number one. That's what it is. She has powerful people against her. Okay, the effect that need for retreat has upon her desire to help the more vulnerable. Boy, there you go. There it is, right there. That's her internal conflict right now. And the effect that has is the Chariot. So there's a lot of push forward, but which way is it going to go? A lot of push forward. She's got to make a decision. Which way is it going to go? Let's ask for some clarifiers. This is so interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay. I want to clarify that Chariot, and we have the Hanged Man. We still have delay, you guys. Oh, boy. Okay, does that mean she's going to achieve the delay in the hearings that she wishes to achieve? There's that King of Wands again. I feel like there are also people who are powerful on her side, you know? There are powerful manipulators, powerful forces against her. But that King of Wands, and that's her own power too, because that's inward characteristic. That's her own power too. Boy, it's a toss-up. And we have the Hanged Man. The Page of Pentacles here, and the effect that this manipulation of her, the manipulating of the forces to go against her, has upon her is she is getting she's in retreat. That's her new plan for security. Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. I saw this last night when I was doing these quickly for Patreon, some of these things. That Page of Pentacles, yes. That, I thought, you know, it seems like somebody's giving her more security, maybe more security detail, something. I thought the government might extend that to her, but it turns out somebody in comments, one of my patrons, let me know that it was through crowdfunding, that security has been paid for her for a little bit at least. That's that Page of Pentacles. Opportunity. She's in retreat, though. She's in hiding, and she's relying on donations from strangers to fund security for her. That's a bad place to be, you guys. So is she going to think, well, forget about it. I've lost all my safety and security anyway. I might as well go public. Okay. The swords, Ace of Swords here. And what's at risk? The truth needs to come out. That's what's at risk. Oh boy, this is so clear. And the Devil card, that greed, that avarice, that it's the threat to the truth coming out. Jeepers. This is just downright bullying, power moves of the worst kind against an accuser, against a whistleblower. Jeepers. I don't even know how this is happening. I don't. I mean, have they let go of their decency? We knew Trump did, but turns out it looks like he's more of a symptom of a problem. There's all kinds of lawmakers who've let go of their decency. That's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. We have the 9 of Wands here. That's her motivation. She has had some, this was traumatic for her. This was traumatic and heartbreaking what she went through. And she remembers that, and she thinks of other people who've gone through that with this 6. And we have the 6, the 6 of Cups. Oh, and she's thinking about the innocent children. Wow. So this is all on her shoulders right now. Oh gosh, if you could send some positive energy her way, please do. Okay. Let's see about this King of Wands, Page of Wands. Her inward characteristics. She has some real strength and maturity, and when she sets her mind to something, she gets it done. And now she has a new goal. Could it be that she's thinking of just going ahead and testifying? I feel like that's not off the table for her. She's trying to get this FBI investigation done first. Of course she is. That would be common sense to do that, but apparently they don't want to do it. The King of Swords. She's part of that truth coming out. That King of Swords. He's always in these readings. At various times, Mueller. Originally I thought Mueller, but then other investigators, and now I'm really thinking this is the overarching energy of our time in U.S. politics. Truth coming out, investigations, seeking of the truth. And that could be the Archangel Michael. That could be. Truth needs to come out. So there's hope in her outward characteristic. There are women, and there are men, and there are children who may have hope that she would speak for victims. The Temperance card, and we have the Knight of Wands. She has a purpose. She does have a goal. See, we have the Page, we have the Knight, we have the King. Her inner energy is the King. I feel like she's got a goal. She does want to give this information. She really does. She just wants to delay it, and we have the delay here with the Hanged Man. So we may get it. We may get it, you guys. Oh boy. Okay, let's see past, present, and future. Specifically, will Dr. Ford be testifying? Well, let's do past first. Here she is in her present position with the Temperance card. She's wise, she's measured, she's hanging in there. I mean, she's measured. Ooh, past. It was her time to do this. My goodness, her soul must have consented to being a champion, even though that costs. Wow. Wow. Okay, this is a remarkable woman. In the future, we have the Empress. Pregnant with new possibilities. Oh, we'll be seeing more of her. This is going to be advocacy. Advocacy and speaking out is going to be the way she's going to go with this. This is going to be her new path. And it's begun here because it was time for a new beginning. It was time for something new. She will be an advocate, a public advocate. All right, we're going to hear her speak for sure, one way or another. Okay, the devil card in the past. So it's like she was bedeviled. She's been bedeviled, right, by all this nonsense. Having to leave her home. But also, having gone through what she went through. You know, she had to deal with the thoughts. Obviously, it was giving her trouble, which it would. It's time for her to no longer be burnt by the devil, but wise and moving forward with a plan, because there's a new beginning coming in her life. Ah, there's Trump. There's Nine of Cups. Well, it could be the wish card. It could be that this is what she's wished for. Let's hope it's that for her. But also, boy, she has some things to say about our president, I think. I think she does. Okay, I'm going to ask really quickly what Spirit thinks right now with the energies. And I feel like, guys, it's still a little unpredictable, right? I feel like she does want to speak. She's being deliberate. She's being planful, but she really is feeling the urgency, and she's going to have to make a choice. Does she speak even if there's no FBI investigation or not? Also, does she speak on Monday? I mean, why does she have to accept their date? I mean, wouldn't her attorney say, well, at least let's give it more time or something like that? Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe she'd want to get it over with. I just have the sense that if she did speak, she would be a powerful speaker, you know? She'd be a powerful speaker. So let's see. Yeah, victory on the bottom. She'd be victorious. I just have this sense. Okay, so what I'm asking Spirit is, and I feel like Spirit is telling me this is, things are changing day to day here. And so I feel like Spirit is saying it's a little up in the air, you know? But let's see what we get for cards. Will she speak in front of the Senate committee about this matter? All right. Well, her attorney's working daily, I think, to get her some more security in this. Yeah, the moon. Yeah, it's murky. We don't know. Okay. She's balancing her options and her sources of security. This is actively happening right now in her mind. And I think she is also doing the due diligence, looking at her options, working with her attorney, thinking about the future, planning with her loved ones for the future. What should I be doing? And she's thinking about work too, thinking about her career. This is her work right now, though. She's having to figure this out. Now, she is a clinical, I think she's a psychologist. She's a research psychologist, I believe, and a professor. So this is a woman who's pretty brainy, and she is also interested in this on a meta level, you know, where she's looking at our society and what this says about dynamics, power dynamics. She's looking at all of this, as well as the psychological effect it may have upon women and upon victims. She's looking at the whole thing. This is also fascinating. It's terrifying, but it's also fascinating, I think, with this Knight of Pentacles. And she's keeping notes. She's planning on learning all she can from this experience, even as it's so troubling. That's why we get the Temperance card for her. She's very measured. She keeps her head about her. Okay, but we have the Eight of Swords. She feels like she doesn't have enough choices here. And she feels kind of locked into this work. It's like it's not a job she chose. But here she is. The Moon card. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. So let's see. She's thinking about her family, I think. I think that's her thinking about her family and her legacy. But her legacy also, as a survivor, she's just, I don't think it's just her own family, but she is thinking about her family and she is thinking they need to come first. Ah, that's why she's balancing all of these things in this Two of Pentacles. She's just trying to figure out what would be best for them. What would be, what's her responsibility to people out there that who need a champion. What she is having a heck of a time, and this is devastating to her. This is an awful thing for her. This 10 of Swords. It's terrible for her. Okay, so has she made a decision yet? The Tower. The Tower comes out. I think she's leaning toward talking because the Tower is already here. Her family, her own life, she's already paid the price. Her identity is known. Her choice now is to take the bull by the horns and go ahead and do it. Speak out in her way, but I think she'll do it in her way on her terms. If she decides to do it on Monday, she's going to have a plan going in. And I do think she's going to be an excellent speaker and she's going to be victorious. I think she'll be intelligent and compelling. I just really get this from her, that they've underestimated her. The Tower is here already, so does that mean she just goes ahead and does it? She just goes ahead and speaks out publicly. She's got a plan. I feel like she's very deliberate. She has a plan that is like, well, if I can't get this, I'll do this. I'll propose this. Like there is a plan in place she's got, and she's halfway there. She and her attorney have this plan together. I think it is on the table, the thought of just going ahead and testifying in front of that committee without having had an FBI investigation done. I think it's on the table, but it might not happen on the day they want, and it might not happen in the way that they want. It's like, first we'll propose this, and if that doesn't work, then we'll do this. It's like that. She's got a plan. The Tower's here already. So I do think I see for her a new beginning, but it's the Empress, it's fertile ground for her new beginning as an advocate, a public advocate, I think. But just because the Empress is there doesn't mean she takes it, right? I think she will. I think she will eventually. She's feeling that chariot pulling her right along, moving her forward. I think she will eventually. Monday? Would it be Monday? Well, there's the Page of Wands. She's considering it. I think for sure she's going to have some communication to them by Monday. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Spirit, and thank you for Dr. Blasey Ford. Thank you for her, because I think she's quite a person, quite an asset to victims' causes. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.